the Memphis Grizzlies are the 4th seed. And I think they're just very, very interesting to me. This is a team where John Morant has already missed multiple games this year. And it seemed like that did not matter. We're always talking about how they're so fucking deep. Like this dude Bane has fucking emerged. Like they have a legit 11 to 12 man rotation that they
I
can
mean, one,
fucking
I can
play.
go out. Let me just say the roster real quick. Just Stephen Adams, the solid guy. Kyle Anderson, Bain, Dylan Brooks, Brandon Clark, Jared Culver, Jaren Jackson, Tyus Jones, Melton, DeAnthony Melton, John Morant, Xavier Tillman, Zaire Williams, like Tyrell Terry. Dude, there ain't no one on this team. I'm like, man, they suck.
Yeah.
And you look at the Lakers. Sometimes we're running guys out there. I'm like, oh, that guy sucks.
I
In
mean,
case anyone.
they got 5 guys max that are averaging double digits in points. I mean,
I
that's
wish we
pretty
had that
fucking good.
problem.
Exactly. So, and a lot of people, I bet a lot of people just don't watch the Memphis Grizzlies, and I'm kind of a prisoner of that. And I've been watching them for the last couple days, and I've noticed they don't really use John Morant as your typical superstar. Like he's only averaging 25.1 points a game, about 6 rebounds and 6 assists. His usage rate, I looked it up, not that fucking bad. It is not up in the numbers of like a Trey
Harden in his
Young,
prime, yeah.
Harden, the Kyrie
Well, think
Irving.
about him, one. He's not a finished product by any stretch. And like, like Trey Young is the type of guy, you get the ball to top of the key, give him a screen, let him go.
Yeah,
But he's not going to do a lot of step backs. He's not an advanced shot maker, what I would say.
yeah,
But man, he's fun to watch. He's the heart and soul of the team, I feel like. I really feel like, man, he's the engine that makes this team go. And I know there's been reports. It's like, I've seen articles like, do they really need him? They're 1-3 since he came back. Well, you know what? When a great player comes in, everybody's kind of got to readjust to life without him.
right,
That's
right.
bullshit. John Morant is an all-star this year. The Grizzlies are playing great. Taylor Jenkins doing a hell of a job. And I wish Lakers had this problem. They have a lot of good players, a lot of
A
good young
lot.
talent. And I'm still waiting on Jaren, bro. I'm going to go down with that ship if I have
You know
to. I'm
what?
waiting on
It's so
Jaren.
weird. I think it's just the culture that they have with their guys where it's like, you know what? You're not gonna come in here and score a bunch of points. Like you're gonna have nights where
I
you
mean,
don't
he
get 10
averages 16
rebounds.
points a game, Jaren Jackson, but man, it
Yeah.
don't feel like it.
But I mean, he's the biggest problem was like I remember you talking about it with, it's because he plays with Valanciunas and people are like, is a guy that good where he's that big and he's not even getting 10 rebounds? And it's like this year they pick up a guy in Steven Adams who's basically the same shit as
Yeah.
fucking Valanciunas. And it's kind of like
Honestly,
the same
one,
problem.
I feel like we didn't even have this team to talk about, and I don't know how long you want to go, but I feel like Evan Mobley's a lot of what I envisioned Jaren Jackson would look like. I feel like Evan Mobley and the Cavs, who are surprisingly frisky Cavs,
Yeah.
maybe something to do with Colin Sexton being out too. But I think Evan Mobley's been transcendent for them as of right now. I love what I've seen from him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But is there any move? I think the most obvious thing when you have a team like this, you say they got so much talent. Oh my god, let's trade them. Like literally, like that's what happens. It's you have all this shit, and you try to get another superstar. Is it worth it for Memphis to trade off a guy like Bane and
No,
Dylan Brooks?
I think they're at the point where you got to let them grow together. You got to let them grow together.
Because look, they play their ass off on fucking defense. Like they have a quote unquote type. They got guys that have high character and fucking care about defense. Like they absolutely care on the defensive side of the ball. Like they're not the whole grit and grind team of back in the day, but they're
But
pretty
the
damn good.
foundation one of we get guys who play hard, who play Memphis Grizzly basketball is still
Right.
there. And you
Culture.
gotta pay homage to the OGs. You gotta pay homage to the Mike Conleys, Tony Allen, Tayshaun Prince, Zach Randolph, Marcus Saul, Rudy Gay, OJ Mayo, Hamid Haddadi. You got to pay homage to those guys who set the foundation for these guys, man.
Yeah.
It's a culture in Memphis. It went from Lionel Hollins to Fitzdale to now Taylor Jenkins. I'm sure I'm missing a coach here and there. I'm going to sneeze. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, man. It's great to see a young team like this that's homegrown and they're succeeding. And you don't have to have this fucking point guard type of player that just takes over the fucking usage rate on your team. Because it seems like every fucking team is trying to find that guy. Everyone's trying to find a Luka, a James Harden, a LeBron, even, for God's sake, a Russell Westbrook who dominate the fucking ball. And they just
I
run
was not
everything.
expecting you to say Russ, bro. That
Yeah.
shit is hilarious.
I mean, Russ is that player, though. It's like their usage rate is unbelievable. And it's just fucking like the proof is in the pudding. Build a fucking team and actually learn how to play I'm getting the words
Complementary
tongue
basketball.
Thank you.
Got you. I got
and
you.
learn how to play like that, bro. Like it still exists. And I love the fact that the Memphis Grizzlies do that.
John Morant is going to end up, if he can stay healthy, because I still am betting on him to tear his ACL. I really hope it doesn't happen, just because this dude is a psychopath. He's like, I don't care about anything. But he's
It's D Rose
from 3,
49%
from the field. What I would give to have Russell Westbrook with these percentages, and you know what? He's the type of guy. He does not always chucking up threes. He doesn't chuck. I mean, I'm just in awe of John Morant. I think he's a hell of a player, and
one thing that scares me, and you said it last year, like during this time, I probably before the season, it's that D Rose in him. It's that
he took D Rose to another level where he's like he thinks he's Superman or something. Yeah. Like he's one of those safeties that thinks like in football, you have like a 5'11" safety, 200 pounds that thinks he's the biggest, baddest dude. Right. Who thinks they're 6'8", like 280. That's what John Morant thinks he's Braun. And I hope he can stay as healthy as LeBron.
Yeah. But gotta love the Grizzlies, man. I hope they make a run. I
love your point one with what you said about how Grizzlies aren't like, here's the ball 50 times a game, just go.
Right.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Like
everyone's trying to look for
like
that
the
guy.
Anti-Trey Young.